So we are back to episode 10 of 100. Luckily, I didn't put a timeline on it because I have been dragging my feet from episode 9 of knowing what to do. As you can tell, I've got a new jumper thing, which I'm enjoying. And actually, as I look up, I've got my notes, bullet points of knowing what to do. I'll probably need to take these off with the reflection. What I'll do is I'll move that down and then it won't have that weird glow on my face. So what are we talking about? So the notes that I've got is start/keep going, freeze and motivation, building content, and series. So at the moment, I'm just going to document what's been going on, probably more so in my mind than life, to see how this goes and see if it can be a nice video and not too long or boring, but potentially interesting. So I don't even know when the last video I did. I probably should know that because that would be quite handy. I won't bother looking it up. But I'm going to guess it's either the start of summer or the midway summer. Now we're basically going into winter. So I've been basically just putting my head down, focusing on work, focusing on video editing, a lot of stuff, focusing on hockey on the weekends, which has been going well, which is good, and just been struggling to create space to think about content, because I've always got it in the back of my brain of, oh, it'd be really cool to document the journey of building a business or hockey or marriage or whatever that's on my brain, just to either share it to future generations, now having a nephew in the Ryland side, or or just for my own knowledge, because I noticed as you look back in life, you tend to forget a lot that's gone on, and particularly my brain, it forgets all the good stuff, and it is more likely to remember all the bad stuff until I do something that triggers the good stuff to remember it. As we went on holiday recently, and it unlocked memories that I didn't even think that I had. But I guess that's the joy of going on holiday, having a break, and just doing stuff that you've done in the past. I understand why people will do rituals of like where they go and stay or what type of things they do on holiday, because actually it doesn't only you enjoy the moment, actually you can enjoy the memory at the same time, and it's a double whammy, and it's like compound interest on your happiness and joy. But yeah, so it's mainly been like, I guess the thought of, it'd be really cool to do this, to practice presentation, to practice communication, to practice sound, visuals, ideas, and all that stuff, to know how difficult it is, but also to learn from the craft of doing it, especially the more trying to build videography side of the business, the editing and the sound effects and the stickers. And it takes a lot of effort, but actually by creating your own thing, it's like your own baby to some extent. Well, not in this analogy, but you can basically do all your own mistakes on your stuff rather than on someone else's, and sort of fall into different things of just trialing out different stuff, either behind the scenes of trialing different stuff that you know that clients might not like in their content, or in the public of trialing out different, I don't know, visuals or sound effects or something, just to see what can work and can't work, and sort of A/B testing. So A/B testing is when you trial one thing A and you trial B, and then you see which one works, basically. So yeah, so a lot of pondering about what'd be cool to do content, not having the space or time to do it, the frustration of not doing anything, freezing of the thought of jumping on camera to talk about nothing, and also not the motivation to do it in my spare time after work. But as you can tell, it is a dark winter's night. The light is on because it is dark outside, and I'm post-work recording this. But yeah, leave comments of what you want me to talk about. I have a lot of thoughts pop up when I'm on the pod, and I'll guarantee to instantly forget them when I'm off it. But it's like, would you want a series, or would you want a 3-step, or would you want to know anything that's going on in the life of Tom? And if not, I will just try a lot of different things. Maybe I'll show off some UX design work. I can show off video work. I can share what I'm thinking about, what I'm reading about. I'd quite like to, somehow encapsulate that system in different formats. But I think the overall arcing, processing will be quite cool to do in a video format, because I know that you can learn a lot from either going back through this or just taking out the transcript and seeing what stands out, what you might be saying a lot of and not doing, or what you're saying and you're keeping towards, and knowing the difference. And it's good practice for presentation skills just on a whole, because I've always in the past applied for roles that is online based or public speaking based. I'm not doing so much now, but you never really know when you might need that skill set. And that's the thing, is if you don't get to practice it, A, you feel a lot more anxious and worried on the run up to it, but B, you don't have as much grace on yourself. You get more annoyed and frustrated if you pause or say or and all these filler words. But by practicing speaking, you can sort of, just take a breath. Just take a breath, slow it down, practice being engaging, but also making sure that you're saying a certain point without just adding filler words throughout it all. But so it feels like a bit of a pointless video, but sometimes you have to do pointless things to get started. And if it's for me just to feel the encouragement of hitting double figures, I'm rolling into video 11, because I'm trying not to overthink about it and make it perfect, because I sort of want to learn along the way, and for people to be encouraged that you can just start without practicing your lines, or without writing a script, or the lighting's not perfect, or the sound's not perfect. And hopefully, instead of trying to fix it every one video of how to improve that, is going, actually, what have I improved in the last 5 videos, or what have I improved in the last 10 videos, or what can I improve after 10 videos or 5 videos? But we'll see. But I'm slowly setting up my office and staying in the office rather than floating around the house and working from different zones. So watch the space. You never know. I might do some more streaming from PlayStation, because I've been thinking about that as well, or find out if I could do it or not. I might do it just to practice monologuing, even if I don't do the camera on the go, because then it means I won't need the laptop. I can just plug it straight into the PlayStation. I've got a PlayStation 4, very slowly saving up for PlayStation 5, but there's always something that jumps in the way of it, so it's very at the bottom of the list. But it would be interesting to share my thoughts on maybe interesting things that I've come across, things that I'm testing, things that I'm trialing, as I know that sometimes when people ask me, what have you been up to, I've forgotten what's gone on, or I'll only remember one major thing. But actually, if I could do practicing telling stories of what's going on in life, it'll just practice that skill set of storytelling, which I think is a very powerful one. If it's through words or through visuals, I think both is just as powerful if you can hone in the craft. But I guess this is like me trying to create a wooden spoon, but all I've got is a tree in front of me. It is that element of just chopping it down, carving it, sanding it, carving it, and it's that same process for this, that this is not perfect. And equally, I don't want it to be perfect, because it's just me currently. If I had a team of 5 people that I was paying for or something, then fair enough, your expectations would be a lot higher if I was competing with something a lot greater. But actually, when you're smaller, it means you can run quicker, but also do your own mistakes and learn from it. And there's nothing wrong with getting potential hate online. That's a-okay. People do it, but as I say, it's good eyes on the video anyway. Even if they comment, it's good engagement. So even by people trying to pull you down, it can technically be a good thing, as long as you've got strong skin, or if you turn off the comments, as you could do that if you really struggle but you want to get going. Or you can just create private videos and create a backlog of videos that you can release either in the future or never release at all. if you want to get going. But yeah, so this is the space for me to hold myself accountable to what's going on in life and seeing how I can push different things from, different options and, figuring out my purpose and running towards it. I guess that's the best way of doing it. And hopefully doing it with a bit of a community involved, whatever that looks like. As I definitely know that it definitely feels better when you do it with people. And you could definitely go further. But yeah, we'll see how that is as video number 10, double figures. Now let's get to triple figures. But we'll see what it's like on the other side. Bye for now.